Welcome to Liberty Sports Park in Upper Marlboro, Maryland for the championship round of the Open Lacrosse Invitational. We've got the 2028s starting momentarily here on Field 5. It'll be the 1 seed for the 2028s, Project Midwest Black, taking on the 2 seed, Advance NorCal. Both teams 3-0 so far in play in this tournament, including wins earlier today. My name is Danny Tao. I'm happy to be with you. I'll be with you for the next several hours. 3 championship games across the 3 age divisions here in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. Project Midwest, they'll be on your screen momentarily. Right now you're looking at Advance in those light blue jerseys. Midwest on the other side wearing gray jerseys. And there should be a good game between the 2 teams who very clearly separated themselves from the pack through these opening games. It'll be a good one. It's a hot one here in Prince George's County as well, especially on the turf. And you can't quite see it from the angle you're looking at, but behind us, a lot of the parents and fans congregated to the few shady areas that the tree line here provides. But definitely hot, even hotter for some of these players on the turf. Weather showing 88 degrees with the heat index. It feels like 94. Add a couple degrees for the turf, and you've got, well, it's going to take some effort for whoever's going to win this game. And again, it is only getting hotter. 9:31 here in Maryland. Whether you're watching on the West Coast, in the Midwest, anywhere in the country, thank you for joining us here on this YouTube live stream. It'll be 4 10-minute quarters as we get set to get underway. One last huddle just off the right corner of your screen for Advance Midwest, lined up and waiting. One note, a little bit of a lack of information in terms of who's wearing what. So it'll be numbers, team names, colors for your identifiers today.
Oh my God. Sorry guys, 1 minute, 1 minute.
It's taking 1 minute until we start. As you can imagine, a little bit of a delay with all of these games going back to back to back. Not always the easiest to stay on schedule, but a pretty good job so far, considering this is 3rd or 4th game of the day here on this field. Referee needed a quick shoe change between games, but he's ready. The players are ready. Now let's get underway with the opening face-off. Ball still on the ground and eventually controlled by Advance. As I said, Advance in those light blue uniforms with black shorts, working right to left. Project Midwest in the light gray tops, dark gray shorts, going left to right. The game prior to this one was Advance, different age group of Advance that is, taking on West Coast Warriors, and it was a pretty easy victory for that team in blue, 9-2. The final there, you might have caught the final seconds as this live stream got underway. Working inside, shot low, and there's your opener. Advance on the board first. Number 66 gets goal number 1. Hansen with a beautiful move inside on the cut. Finished low. Put his team on top just over a minute into this game. Take another look. Work the ball around the field, find the space, find the shot. And the California kids have the early lead. Another face-off goes the way of Advance. Mentioned both these teams dominating the 2028 age class through 3 games. As now Midwest gets its first offensive opportunity of the game 2 minutes in. Midwest working down the right alley to X, right in front, couldn't find the pass. Loose ball, still a loose ball, physical play in the midfield. So the whistle blows, and Advance takes control. And so Advance, the 2 seed in the 28 age class, squeaked by the Seattle Stars earlier today, 4-3, the final in that game. That's how they got into this championship round. Project Midwest Black, a little bit of an easier time earlier today. 10-4 the victors over Team Oregon in their semifinal matchup. Advance with the 1-0 lead, trying to double it here midway through the first quarter. Can't quite do it though. Midwest defense standing strong early. And Project Midwest, that 10-4 win over Oregon, 6-goal margin, actually the closest of the 3 games they've played here. There 2 yesterday, 12-3 victors and 8-1 victors in their 2 matchups a day ago. Charging in 9. No shooting lanes. Nowhere to go on offense for Midwest. And Advance can't take control, but so far so good. This pass up top, steps into one, missed wide. Chance to equal this one early. Put some power on it, just not the accuracy, but Midwest retains control. Advance on the break, the long stick, dish to Hansen. Looking for his second wide right. Skirting across the mouth of the cage. Couldn't find Twine. Advance keeps possession. Apologies again for the lack of concrete identifiers we can provide you. Working with limited information on this broadcast, but still doing what we can to bring you this lacrosse action from the Open Invitational. .66 down left alley. Kick back 21, spin dodge, looking for a lane, nowhere there. Excellent defense by Midwest's number 12. Back on the right side, gets by 1, shoots low, blocked by the goalie. Rebound straight back. Lost the ball as he went to shoot. Hey, look, you forgot something there. Right in front, tie game. A team goal for Midwest, and it's number 2, getting number 1 on the board to score this game, all ones, just a few minutes to go in the first quarter. Check again. Find the ball right in front of the net. Yeah, I'll just leave you there. Thank you very much. One's apiece. Face-off violation, Advance, dominating the face-off X here early. Certainly much more possession on that left side of the field. It's the long stick goal. Big crowd reaction after that one. As mere seconds after this game was tied, Advance takes the lead back. It's a long pole goal for Advance's number 4, coming back out to take the face-off now after his own goal. Hey, a little make-it-take-it opportunity, with Advance now leading 2-1. Made it, couldn't take it. Midwest has the ball now. As I said, it is a hot one here in Maryland, only getting hotter. With the heat index, it feels like the mid-90s, barely a wisp of cloud in sight in the sky, and sun's only getting hotter. Advance leading this one 2-1 over Midwest. 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Physical ride, unsuccessful this time. Cutting pass, high shot. Decent look, maybe a tough angle for 59. Midwest, another opportunity, goes low and skims across, out of bounds again. Another tough angle, but Midwest threatening that blue cage. Spin dodge, upper 90, that's a goal. Third time's the charm from the tight slot. We're all knotted at 2 with just seconds to go in the first quarter. One more time. Came around the goalie's right shoulder, slotted it over his left. And that'll do it for the opening frame. 2s apiece here in Upper Marlboro between Advance and Midwest. If those opening 10 minutes are any indication, the final 30 should be a good one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back, just in time for second quarter of action. Hopefully you got a beautiful shot of the sky, maybe some of the trees around here, as we had a little bit of technical difficulties between the quarter, but our excellent production team getting us right back on track in time for the start of the second frame. So whistle blows, and we return to action. The team's flipping ends of the field. Midwest in those light gray uniforms going right to left. Advance in the sky blue going left to right. Midwest working it around the arc. Shooting lanes, tough to come by for Midwest. Both goals coming from up close so far. In this 2-2 game, so far it's been Advanced scores, Midwest answers through the opening 10 minutes and change. But the 1 hour time zone difference, trying to take a lead over the team with the 3 hour time difference. So if you're watching at 8:46 a.m., 7:46 a.m., 6:46 a.m., wherever you may be in this country or even abroad, hey, thanks for tuning in and joining us. Midwest had an opportunity right in front, and number 4 couldn't control the pass. Advance gets the defensive stop and turnover. And now the long pole, number 4, LSM. He's got 1 goal today and love to add to the tally, but the ball back over the midline and out of bounds. Open space to shoot, steps into it and scores. 57 for Midwest. And the team in gray has its first lead, 3-2. Just over 2 minutes in to this second quarter. When Advance has had time to set up its defense so far in this game, it's been near impenetrable, save for teams or players getting right on the doorstep of the goal. But a quick strike off the ball going out of bounds. Free space to shoot. Thank you very much. Midwest leads 3-2. Spin move to collect. Fogo looking for goal number 2, and he scores number 2. Midwest leads for a matter of seconds, but the second Fogo goal for Advance ties us back up at 3. A matter of seconds, second time. Advances number 4, makes it, takes it. Now Midwest the other way. Room at X. Looking for help. Wrap around wide. Not sure how many neutral fans we have just watching for the love of the game on this broadcast. As Midwest takes the lead back. I was just about to say we're getting an excellent show, and they're proving why. Clinical finishing to put the team in white back atop 4-3. Check this out one more time. Working down the right alley. Went for placement over power, and it was perfection. Project Midwest 4, Advance 3. Midwest gets the face off, but a quick turnover gives it right back. Advance have a chance to tie. So far, as just said a few minutes ago, pattern of the first quarter was Advance scores, Midwest answers. Advance scores, Midwest answers. Second quarter, we've had it flip so far. A Midwest score with an Advance answer. Midwest scored again. Now can that team in blue answer again? Cheeky ground pass. And a sloppy turnover from Advance. That bounce pass blocked, unable to control. And Midwest quickly coming the other way. 5 showing the speed. Dishes once. Bounce shot missed. Several times we've seen players going for those low bouncers today. Seems to be their meta strategies. Midwest gets another opportunity, and this time they finish low. Number 4. First time a team has back-to-back goals today, and it's the 1 seed Project Midwest taking a 5-3 lead. And that's game IQ and coaching right there, is coming quickly on the break, take the shot, get possession back off the shot out of bounds, find an opening and finish. Exactly how you coach it. Maybe you make the first shot otherwise, but not too much else you could ask for. 5-3 for the team in white, or light gray, depending on how you're looking. As Midwest gets control again. Physical defending from 4, push 6 back. Straight on, 8, thought about it, behind the back pass, finish, no. Just high over the bar, off the inventive dish. Would have loved to add that one to the highlight reel of assists. Hey, might still. It's a pretty good pass, even if the finish wasn't there. He goes behind the back in the pass again, but forgot the ball, and Advance has it. Pressure on the ride. 29 recovers for NorCal. 2 minutes to go, first half. 5-3, Midwest lead. Working down left alley. Haven't seen too much of that today. Most of the action been on the near side of the field. And circling the arc, looking for options. Looking for lanes even, but this man defense from the Midwest standing tall here in the second quarter. Advance absolutely nowhere to go right now. Spin dodge attempt, 59 sticking with him all the way as the pass to X is high. You might call that an unforced turnover off the pass, but all the defense of Project Midwest making that happen. It's sticky like glue. As we approach halftime, chance to extend the lead, double up the team from Northern California with a goal. But they're going to need the ball to do that, and right now it's sitting on the ground being fought over. Flag comes out. A little bit of physicality, a little bit of a trip. At least one fired up coach or player on the NorCal sideline, but the second's still ticking down despite that flag. Horn blows, and that's going to take us to halftime. An even contest, but Midwest owns the lead heading to the break. 5-3, 20 minutes down, 20 minutes to go. Third quarter is underway as Project Midwest leads this game 5-3 coming out of the halftime break. Advance trying to get right back, and they cut the lead in half. Shout out to the Advance coaching staff. Halftime team talk must have done wonders because the team from NorCal trims the deficit to 1 just seconds into the third quarter. One more time. That last possession of the first half for Advance, Midwest's defense sticky as can be in man-to-man. But this time, just a little bit of room for the cutting Advance attacker. Passing and movement gets it done. Midwest takes the face-off as we resume play. "90 seconds into this third quarter. Right in front, Midwest answers. Advance opened the third quarter scoring with a low bouncer right in front. Midwest says, hey, watch this. I can do that too. And the lead back to 2. Face-off still loose. And number 4 for Advance has it. Not once, 56, the long pole thought about it. Lost the ball before he got a chance to fire, and Midwest retains possession. 6-4, Midwest leads. The jump pass, knocked down out of midair, ball loose right in front of the goal, and on it is the netminder. That Advance goalie, certainly well trained, working with, presumably at least, working with Advance's director of goalkeeping, Will Mark, Syracuse alum, 2-time Tewaaraton nominee. Now back in San Francisco Bay Area, helping out his old program, raising the next generation. But his team trails by 2 midway through the third quarter. It's not that Advance's offense has not looked good. They have. Midwest's defense has just been phenomenal so far. There's opportunity in front and a fantastic sliding stop. Just praising the goalie in blue. How about the goalie in white? Beautiful, finding the ball in the pocket. Those are the kind of saves that really decide a close game like this one. If it comes down to a 1-goal game at the end, remember that one. That could be the difference. Working down right alley to Axe. Swinging it around. Space to shoot, goes low, missed left. Decent look, just not on target. Fake the shot and pulls it back out. Midwest still working with his 2-goal lead midway through the third quarter. Dodges left, dodges right. Fights through contact, tries the shot into the pocket. From that tight of an angle, it was always going to be tough, and oh, that's practice for the goalie. This game, the championship for the 2028s here in this tournament. The 2027s have their turn next, and then we'll close out this stream with the 2026s. This timeout is called. 4 minutes even, actually showing on the scoreboard clock, still running as we take this quick break.
Man. Just because your mom's not here, I thought you had a dress.
Clock reset, 4:04 on the clock here. Had to fix that with the timeout. One note for you as we get this game back underway. Midwest leading at 6-4. The 20, as I said, 2027s will have their championship game next, and it should be a relative program rematch. Midwest v. Advance again. Two programs, Midwest and the West Coast, showing out here in Maryland. That's another chance right in front. Advance can't quite find the goal. Thank you to the kind member of the Advance staff who came over during halftime, was able to share a copy of the rosters. It's another save for the Midwest goalie. Still don't have the Midwest rosters, but we do actually have names with numbers now for Advance, so do my best here to help with the identifiers for anyone watching from afar. And good morning to you, wherever you may be. Midwest having a bit of a better morning than Advance so far, 6-4, for the team in white, attacking left to right. Answer, no finish. Midwest taking their time, looking for the opportunity. Around the pick, fired wide. Midwest, chance again, save. This time Knox in cage, up to the task. These kids heading into their sophomore year of high school, 2028. Still a long ways to go, but many of them playing for prestigious programs, at least on the advanced side. But this is an all-star kind of team. Some screams for offside from the parents here. And the ref on the far side now says, yeah, it's advanced ball. 20 seconds to go, third quarter. Can Advance cut the lead in half? Yes, they can. Logan Mack. It's number 5 for Advance. Midwest still leads. But seconds to go, seconds tick off, as a matter of fact. The third quarter is over, and it is a one-goal game. 2 3-0 teams, only one's emerging 4-0 in 10 more minutes. 6-5 Midwest, heading to the fourth. 10 minutes to go, and it's a good one. Midwest leads advance 6-5 in the 2028 championship game here at the Open Invitational. With this half of the tournament, at least the older half, 2026, 2027, 2028, taking place here in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, Prince George's County, outside of D.C. The younger divisions, they're playing at Troy Park over in Elkridge, Maryland, a little bit closer to Baltimore. Pass up front. Scoots over the midline. Sam Matalucci with the ball and picks back up. Reset up top, unsuccessful. Midwest takes it away. Midwest defense has been stout in this game. And off on the break, what a finish. Midwest number 5 gets goal number 7. And it's a 2-goal lead now with 8 minutes and change to go. Biggest lead of the game is 2. And Midwest has it again. Take another look. The defense getting it going. And this is why they call it the fastest sport on 2 legs. Length of the field. Take it down. Beat you with the speed. Beat you with the power. Beat you with the placement, too. Upper 90. Beautiful finish, and now some make it take it. Midwest with the ball again. Physical defense coming back. That was Emmett Coyle with the long stick. Coyle has 2 face-off wins followed by goals today. Or in this game, rather. Both teams did win their semifinal game earlier this morning as a leaping interception. Athletic play, and now a chance with the goalie retreating into his cage. Dish right in front, shot high, just a little too high. Defense turning to offense. The athleticism on display. These are some good players. The finish was not quite where it needed to be. Lifeline for the team in blue. Just as the Midwest ride and defense continue to dominate. Little slip the recovery there from Leo Burke. Far side before he jogs off. Advanced searching for lanes. There have not been many. A bounce. Might have been a shot, might have been a pass right in front. Either way, it was off to the right side of the cage. And a turnover goes the other way. Not what Advance needed. Now maybe a chance to run just a little bit of clock off. Another great opportunity, another goal. Midwest extends the lead, 3-goal lead now as number 4 slots at home. 8-5. And if Advance wants to stay in this game, they've got some work to do. Midwest pulling away here in the 4th quarter. Another look. Beautiful shot to the goalie's weak side and high. Tough to do anything about that one. It's a big face-off. Blue went early. Midwest with 4 minutes and change to go and a 3-goal lead. Odds looking pretty good. And coming home with the title as number 9 was looking for the shot before he caught the pass, and his teammate 57 maybe doing the same, but knocks out of cage with an important stop. Midwest still retains possession though, and seconds are ticking down. And along with those seconds, advances odds. Project Midwest, closest game of the 3 they've played and won, was a 6-goal game. This one's 3, now it's 4. The forced turnover in the attacking end, and number 1 makes him pay. 9-5, excuse me. Midwest pulling away late. 3 unanswered in the opening 7 minutes of the first quarter. Final nail, not quite in the coffin of this game, but, well, the blacksmith's sharpening his hammer, getting ready to pound it in. Take another look here. Sloppy turnover, clear run in on goal. Shooting practice. Or number 1 going low, stick side. Midwest, another face-off win. That's been a big part of this fourth quarter pull away, excuse me. It's just been winning the face-offs. Two minutes to play, 4-goal lead for Project Midwest. And they are happy to just let the seconds tick off as Advance defense got to step up and try and force a turnover to have any chance of coming back into this game. The cut inside. Call for one more coming from the sideline. Tough to do with the physical defense. They needed a turnover. They got a turnover. Now Advance needs a quick goal. Short on time. One parent trying to call out to Advance. He's right. Just about 70 seconds to go, but it's another stop in the cage. Midwest goalie has not had much to do in this second half, but he has come up big when he has. Dodge one, absorb the stick blow. Flag comes out on the huge hit from the stick. That was Everett Kincaid dropping the boom. And bringing the boom again is Midwest. Goal number 10, doubling up Advance with just 30 seconds to go. And that might just do it. One more time. And the final seconds are going to tick off. Game, set, match. Project Midwest takes it for the 2028 Final score 10-5 here in Upper Marlboro. A competitive game throughout. Yeah, and this was a one-goal game, 6-5 heading into the fourth quarter. But sticky defense, precise shooting gets it done for the team in white. 10-5 the final. Midwest beats Advance. And we'll be back in just a few minutes with the 2027s and a rematch between these two programs. Welcome back to Upper Marlboro, Maryland for Game 2 of this triple header championship here at the Open Invitational. Game 1, the 2028s, went the way of Project Midwest by a score of 10-5. And now we've got Game 2 coming your way. It's a program rematch. Advance NDP NorCal taking on Project Midwest. Midwest in the white, defending here, going left to right. Advance attacking right to left in the sky blue unis with the black shorts and numbers. The story of game one, as we get game two underway, was a physical, tough Midwest defense outlasting, you can say, Advance's offense, as it was 6-5 going to the fourth. All the Advance goals had to be earned, and they just ran out of steam on offense in the fourth quarter. It was a 4-0 final frame to give Midwest a 10-5 victory. Scoreless here through the opening couple minutes between these two teams. Again, apologies for any lack of descriptors. We're doing the best we can here with a little bit of limited information on these teams on the broadcast end. But a hello, good morning to you wherever in the country, or dare I say the world you are. Thank you for joining us here on the U.S. Club Lacrosse stream. Midwest trying some short, quick passing and missed the ball going the other way. Weather only heating up here in Maryland. Currently 90 degrees here in Upper Marlboro. It feels like 96 with the heat index. And you got to imagine for these players on the turf, it's a little bit hotter with the surface, with the gear they got on. You could probably round up to an even 100 degrees for these players between the turf, the temp, and the equipment. Either way, let's hope everyone's drinking their water and eating their orange slices. These teams comprise rising high school juniors. It's really starting to get into that important phase of their lacrosse careers. Summer ball, no less important than the school balls. Tried to dump it right in front. Into unsuccessful attempt, and Midwest comes the other way with some room to run. The 2028 Midwest team hurt Advance on the break when they had room to operate. Now can their 2027 counterparts do the same? Not this attempt, at least. They'll pull it back out and reset the offense. Four tried to dodge right, forgot the ball. Some physical, attentive defense by Midwest right near the midfield line. Forces the turnover. Coming the other way. Just over halfway through this first quarter, scoreless between the 2027 Advance NDP and Project Midwest. Nary a cloud in the sky for this one. It's hot, but it's a picture-perfect summer day otherwise. Midwest working right alley. A wraparound shot, not on target. Midwest still controls. Crossfield pass, tight angle, couldn't find it. Another tight angle try, wraparound try. Midwest getting some looks, maybe not the cleanest or easiest looks they've ever had, but some opportunities here in the first quarter, and that's more than Advance can say. Not a lot of offense for the team in blue in these opening minutes. Still Midwest, spin dodge one. Now spins back left. Looking for a lane. Physical defense. Pass right in front, and there's the opener. Midwest's number 9 puts number 1 on the board. The team in white strikes first. So we return to play. Advance takes control off the face-off and a whistle. Now Advance, a quick opportunity. Bounce shot, missed low wide. Stumble from the Advance offensive player who was trying to get to that first. We're just getting now a Project Midwest roster. So we've got a little bit of identifier. We'll do our best, again, with you to stay up on that. That opening goal scored by Will Townsend, number 9 for Project Midwest. With the ball now, that's Clay Barkemer. Working down the left alley, Ty Hack. Trying to find a friend, doesn't have it. Barkemer stumbling over, and he gets the ball now back. At X Hack. Colin Rubik. Finds a teammate. Patience. 5 seconds are left. The horn sounded. The second's still on the clock, so a little bit of confusion on the field. Referees, parents, even the players, a little bit confused, but hey, that's the end of the first quarter. The horn said so. And it is a 1-0 lead for Project Midwest. We'll be back with the second quarter momentarily. Second quarter underway. And Advance quickly on the attack off the face-off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shot not there. Bill Townsend, number 9 in white. Opportunity for Advance. Can they get back into this? Yes, they can. Tie ball game, early second quarter. Whatever the coaching staff was saying to them. Between the first and the second, Murdoch took it to heart, and we've got a tie ball game. Just about 90 seconds into the second quarter. And West now with the chance. As for how these teams got to the championship game, well, for Project Midwest 2027 Black, there's an opportunity right in front. Unable to capitalize. Project Midwest 2027 Black, though, a 7-4 win over UNRL yesterday, followed by a 9-3 win over Advanced NorCal White. This is Advanced NorCal Black. Advanced NorCal White fell 9-3 to Project Midwest 2027 Black yesterday. And then earlier today, Project Midwest 2027 Black 6-2 victors over VLC to get to this championship game. Meanwhile, Advance NorCal Black, they won their 2 games yesterday, 8-1 over True National Gold. Pass a little high. 8-1 over True National Gold, 9-4 over Red Wings. The 2 results. And then earlier today, 9-2 over the West Coast Warriors. In fact, if you tuned in early before the 2028 game started, you might have seen the end of that 9-2 game between these Advance players and West Coast Warriors. That one was all Advance from start to finish. Kyle Landry dumps it off to Matthias Murdoch. Murdoch charging right alley and no room to operate. Trey Davis denying him on defense, but the pass in shot blocked low. Good shot, better save. Brennan Riley getting in front. St. Ignatius product. Keeping this score tied as we approach the midway mark of the second quarter. Murdoch doubled. Can he find an open man? He can back up top. Spin left. Had to look straight on, didn't want it. Murdoch lost the ball. Turnover first, forced by Christopher Horner. Now Chase Ungarat clearing it out the other way. The long pole running. Finds one. Who dodges left, fires, no. Couldn't tell whether the keeper got there first or the pipe. But either way, the ball didn't find the net. These are players, no slouches. Some of these advanced players, at least, playing for California section champions, playing for powerhouse programs. This is the talent of tomorrow. And you're seeing it all right here, live. One's apiece, second quarter. Straight away shot. Wide to left. Sounded like the stick of Colin Rubik hit something on the way in. That's Dylan Rose on the right alley. And X pass straight on. Midwest taking its time. 1-1 the score. Midwest already beat an advanced NDP team in this tournament. Beat the 2027 Whites 9-3 yesterday. This is advanced 2027 Black. And 2027 Black's got the ball on the break. Quick team passing and had to maybe try to sneak it in front. Would have been a dangerous one to try. Didn't try it, lost the ball, and now Midwest has a break of its own, and I spoke too soon. Back and forth action here with 2 minutes to go in the first half. It was 1-0 Midwest after one quarter advance, scoring just seconds in to the latter frame of the first half. Chance in front, keeper denies. Riley again in front in the crucial spot to keep it tied. 80 seconds to go, first half. Can either team break the deadlock before the break? Working around Luke Triboulet. Pushed off for the moment by Beebe. Beebe slashing there, and he lost the ball. Midwest running. Looking for options, finds the teammate right at the goalie, another crucial stop. The netminders standing out and standing tall as the final seconds tick down on half number one. Had a chance with a lost stick. Final seconds right in front, another big stop, and that will end the half. An unbelievable performance from both netminders, but Brennan Riley right at the west and advance heading to halftime. We'll take a quick break. The players will get some fluids. Hey, maybe the announcer will get some fluids in him too. It's hot out here. Maybe get yourself a drink of water too while we take a break. And then come right back for another 20 minutes of exciting lacrosse action. Half number 2 on deck, and we have a defensive battle. 1-1 between Project Midwest and Advance NDP NorCal in the 2027's championship game. Liberty Sports Park in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, the site for this one. And both these teams won their semifinal games earlier in the day, just a few hours ago, to get to this point on a hot one. It's only getting hotter. Hopefully all these players drinking their fluids, because it feels like triple digits with the heat index and the turf and the gear they got on. I'm sure we got a lot of parents watching this stream. If you got your kids' phone numbers, maybe shoot them a text, remind them to drink their Gatorade, and maybe eat a banana along the way. 1-1 here in Advance, and or maybe I spoke too soon. 2-1 now. Advance takes its first lead of the game. One more time for you. The dodge right, dish in front, over the shoulder finish. Beautiful. Chris Jerry, the goal scorer for Advance as we get back underway. Wearing number 2 for Blue. Heading right to left in this third quarter. 6 collide, and that's a turnover. Definitely not what the intention was there for Advance's Jack Herrick, the long stick. Yeah, thank you again to the Advance and Midwest staffers who gave us some late information ads to help us with some of these identifiers here on this broadcast. Doing our best to bring you the action and let you know who's who, what's what between these two talented teams. And another big stop. That's been the story of this game, has been the goalies. Big stop after big stop. We've seen it a little more from Brennan Riley in the cage for Midwest, but no slouch of his own is Jake Kolklischer, making several big stops as well. There's some collision in the midfield, and an excellent pass by Callahan. Turner Callahan went down on the ground and still found a teammate over midfield, even if it does go back Midwest's way in the end. Impressive effort, nonetheless. Off-balance flip pass, that's not going to do. A loose ball, eventually scooped up. It's Mateo Magdaleno. Advance setting up its offense. Once again, defense winning the day. Poke check out. All right, a good reach to get that pass for Chris Horner. I will say, not quite sure where they are, but we've heard through the grapevine there are some scouts for some major college programs are here at this tournament, maybe even watching this game. It's the spin move, got by one, but the defensive help again coming up huge. This game is physical. Matthias Murdick. Turf in front. Dish right. Dish two. Stick to the face. Yep, there goes the flag. Advance still with the ball. It's a delayed penalty. Can Advance take advantage and extend the lead? Working it around, waiting for the opportunity. Step fake. This time fire wide right. Sails off the unline. The penalty's going against Alex Payton, number 15, Project Midwest. 1 minute penalty, 1 minute man up. Brennan Riley's made some big saves for Project Midwest. Might need to make another. Right here to keep the deficit at 1. Chris Jerry, up top. As the low shot finds the lower left corner. Advance doubles the lead, 3-1 now. Luke Johnson placing that one, power, precision in the lower left corner. Tough one for Riley. But now Midwest's offense going to have a little more work to do after the sidewinder side netting. Johnson takes it from the face-off. Advance, has another chance to extend the lead. Those Advanced defenders getting a nice breather as well on the far half of the field. Off the head of the stick. That might just be the break Midwest needs. Slowing it down now, looking for their opportunity. Haven't had many in the third quarter. Aaron pass, still White. Over the shoulder shot, high. Midwest closest. Keep control. Jake Kolklischer, haven't said his name as much, but the advanced netminder, another great performance. Down goes one man, leaves an opening off the pipe. Unfortunate break for Dylan Rose and Midwest. But now it's a fast break opportunity for Advance. Maybe had a man on the left, but didn't see him. And reset, not the worst thing in the world with a 2-goal lead in a defensive showdown like this. C.S. Murdoch just waiting for 1 or 2 swaps off the sideline before launching this attack with seconds to go here in the third quarter. In the heat, maybe he just needed a breather too. Murdoch dodges right. Doubled now. Works around it with the spin left. Gets in front, an impressive attack. Gets his own rebound and scores. A relentless finish from Matthias Murdoch puts Advance up 3 goals with 3 seconds and fewer in the third quarter. That'll do it. 3-goal lead after 3 for Advance. On the impressive individual effort from Murdoch. 10 minutes to go. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter underway. Advance leads 4-1. Physicality right in front of us here on the sideline. Advance comes away with it despite a body check. Or rather, stick to the body. Apologies for any silence there. Some technical difficulties to work out over here on our sideline as Advance extends the lead. Murdoch again. Matthias Murdoch scored right at the end of the third quarter, and now he's got the first goal of the fourth. 5-1 Advance leads, and the team from California looking like it's about to take home the 2027's crown. Another look. Low shot, no chance for Skinner in the cage. Five minutes to play. Five, 1. 6-1, excuse me. Apologies there. Been fixing things for the early part of the fourth quarter, but we're still trying to bring you the best in this club lacrosse action here on U.S. Club Across the Stream. Good morning to you, wherever you may be, if you're watching from the Midwest or the West Coast. A little earlier than you are here. It's the over-the-head shot blocked, but Midwest still has the ball, and they're in need of a goal. Thanks for waking up with us. It is hot here. We're already wide awake. These teams, this is their second game of the day apiece. So another shot is saved again. Jake Kolklischer. Maybe not as many individually standout saves as his counterparts made in this game, but the sheer number and the effectiveness of his saves coming at some crucial times as well to keep his team with a comfortable lead in the closing minutes. The spin left, frees the shot just over the bar. Good move from Michael Beebe, but no finish. Midwest needs a goal, and they need it soon. Down goes Barkemer with a big hit. Flag flies, and that's an advance penalty. Turner Callahan called for the slash. He'll head to the box for 1 minute. And if Midwest is going to come back in this game with under 3 minutes to go and several goals to make up, this has to be the opportunity. Box and one defense was the call from Advance. If you're not quite sure how much of the player audio you can hear from our spot over here on the sideline. But it's a box and one defense. Advance is running. Midwest going to try to break through fast. Low underhand shot. Missed wide out the side. Still Midwest ball. The seconds ticking away. 2 minutes to go. Nice shot. I've seen several Midwest attempts. That seems to be one of the MOs for them shooting in this game. Looking for that, not quite a sidewinder, but more of an over-the-shoulder attempt. It's been a lot of tight angles, too, for them, as that one from one of the better angles, but not on target for Brendan Van Tilburg. Shot fake, spin dodge. Oh, falling backwards. Barkemer lost the ball. Excellent defense from Advance. Off and running the long pole. Open in front. Wanted the shot. Just going to pull it out and run clock with the lead. As here comes the shot. What a ripper. Oh my, Jake Fitzgerald, how do you do? An exclamation point for Advance. And with under a minute to go, some California love for the Northern Cal 2027s. Watch this fast break again. Almost like pulling it back out was the fake in and of itself. Because it could have been a shot right there on the doorstep. I pulled it back out, and then Jake Fitzgerald says, yeah, why not? I can slot this home. And that he did. Scoreboard shows 7-1 here at Liberty Sportsplex with 30 seconds to play. Midwest holding it behind. Opportunity goes wide. Townsend had the effort. Townsend, the lone goal scorer for Midwest. As with single-digit seconds left, consolation goal, all that remains to be added. The horn sounds, and that'll do it. Game 2 of this 3-game championship set goes the way of Advance. Team in blue gets revenge for its 2028's defeat to Project Midwest and comes out 7-1 victors thanks to an all-around team effort. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the third and final game of this triple header. It'll be the 2026s, the Rising High School seniors getting their opportunity. And we'll have that for you in just a few minutes. Rising seniors, welcome to the party. It's game 3 of the triple header of championship games here at the Open Invitational in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. My name is Danny Tao, still with you for these final 40 minutes of lacrosse action after what's been an exhilarating First 80 for the 2028s and 2027s is getting us quickly underway. Is Project Midwest wearing the gray tops, moving right to left. They're taking on Team Oregon, going left to right. Project Midwest making the championship game all 3 divisions. Big accomplishment for the Midwest region. Meanwhile, Oregon, Team Oregon that is, taking the place of Advance NDP, who represented 2028 and 2027 on the other side, and Oregon wearing the white uniforms left to right. Taking the low shot off the pipe. Rebound right out to Midwest. That shot coming from the stick of Davis Dolp. So now Midwest has a chance to respond. A bouncer shot. We've got an opener. Project Midwest on the board first. Ian Spakowski. He's got the low shot, finds the net. And the midfielder from the Mary Institute Country Day School makes it 1-0 Midwest. Face off 2, and Midwest has control. I'm going to play some make it take it early in this game. The rest of the complex starting to quiet down here as the heat cranks up and we run out of tournament games to play. So a lot more eyes going to be on this game, especially presuming some of the college coaches and scouts who are in attendance can have eyes on these rising high school seniors, several of whom already committed to play their college lacrosse. Charging in, low shot off the pipe. That was Spencer Stegbauer with the effort. In cage for Team Oregon, Parker Hutula. Oregon trying to answer here midway through the first. We've had a couple of exciting ones here on Field 5 of the Liberty Sportsplex. Game 1, 10-5 final. Midwest took the win there. Game 2, all advance. 7-1 winners in blue. And it's 1-1 here halfway through the first quarter. Oregon's on the board. Aiden Najera, the midfielder, has the opener for Oregon. Mentioned the weather here a couple times. It's only gotten hotter since this broadcast has begun. We've got the temperature showing at 92 degrees right now with the heat index at 98. A little bit hotter with the turf as a big stop in the cage for Hatula. Heat index up to 98, as I was saying. And with the turf and all the gear these players wear, and it's got to be triple-digit real feel between all the factors. Working his way around, an impressive run from Marcus Ham. And Marcus Ham going to go all the way. weaving around defenders like they're moving practice dummies. Marcus Ham gives Oregon a 2-1 lead. The listed defender says, hey, watch what I can do on the offensive end. Just running by Peter O'Leary, August Betts. Try and catch you later. Oh, and in the goal, Callaway Connolly. Yeah, watch this ball. It's going right by you into the net. 2-1 Oregon. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. And counting. Oregon back on possession. It's Dimitri Lampros in the right side corner. Pass a little bit awkward for Carter Hill, but he pulls it down. Lampros. And the teammate, quick step shot. Not accurate enough from Griffin Parker. And it's interesting between these two teams when you consider where the typical hotbeds of lacrosse are. Oregon, any Midwest state, really, take your pick. Not going to be the first names that come to mind. There's another shot. A little bit of a deflection off wide anyway. Yeah, so when you compare, the top recruits coming out in at least this 2026 class, Oregon only one 4-star recruit, no 5 stars, no 3 stars even on Inside the Cross. The rankings, Midwest states, not too many representing as well. And you compare that to, about 50 plus from places like here in Maryland or New York as bouncer goes high and wide. Doesn't mean there's not talent. Use your 2 eyes. You can see all this talent all over the field right now between Midwest and Oregon. But not the most highly regarded by certain sources. But that's why they play the games. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Carson Gabarick. Dumps it, Justin Sawicki. Midwest bringing the attackers in. Jacob Lipinski now with the ball. Looking to the side for instructions for getting this attack underway. 2-1, Oregon leads. Charging in from the right alley. Falling as he shoots was Mikey Kucheski. Couldn't find the net. Overhead shot close, right on the line. Rebound effort, no. Oregon escapes for the moment. That's some physical play. It's going to give the Northwesterners the ball back. Space in the middle of the field for Hamm. Just going for a second. Opportunistic Oregon leads by 1 here in the first quarter. On a sweltering day in Central Maryland. Spin off, pass 1, shot wide. Just going for the lower left corners. Less than a foot away from finding the twine. Final seconds ticking off. Shot not in time, not on target anyway. And a back and forth first quarter ends with Oregon leading it 2-1. We'll be back for the second quarter of action in just a minute. Second quarter underway as Oregon leads 2-1 here in Upper Marlboro at the Liberty Sports Park. Or Liberty Sportsplex, depending on where you look. 2-1 Oregon. 10 minutes to go until halftime. The 2026 championship game for the Open Lacrosse Invitational. Thank you for joining us here on the U.S. Club Lacrosse stream as Midwest. Chance to equalize goes wide. Minute into the second quarter. Opportunity for Midwest. Fakes the windup. Tried to go low and not finding the net. Battle in front for the loose ball. A whistle blows. Midwest keeps it. Midwest wearing those gray uniforms going left to right here in the second quarter. Behind the back pass right in front. Excellent stop. Almost a highlight reel goal, if not for the efforts of Parker Hatula. Midwest ride causing some problems, but Oregon clears. Midwest relentless, both ends of the field, taking the ball back, trying to cut into this deficit, get a tie game. Off and running is Ryan Lynn. Working around the sidewinder, way high and wide. Oh, watch out over there on the sidelines. Barrington fans ducking out of the way of that lacrosse ball speeding towards them. Bouncing shot finds the net out of nowhere. Davis Dolp extends the Oregon lead. It's 3-1. West controlling the early part of this second quarter, but Oregon back the other way, seemingly from nothing, off the pipe and into the net. Watch this one more time. Still ball control off the face-off, Midwest running. Trying to turn the more successful team in the second quarter into a team only trailing by one in the second quarter, and that'll do it. 5-hole finish for Michael McManaman. 3-2. Now your score line. McManaman, the attacker at St. Ignatius. Parker Hatula's had a strong start to this game, but could not get his stick down quick enough to answer that shot from McManaman, Midwest's number 3. Face-off controlled by Sawyer Punzel. Beats Chase Caudle, and the Fogos both exit. Midwest has it with a chance to equalize. At X, surveying his options. It's Steele Chrisman. Now he comes around the left side of the cage. Swing for the wraparound, fakes behind the back. What can he do? Dish one shot. Block. Long pole pass high. Lands with Griffin Parker. Got a little stoppage here. Some subs are made. Now here comes Oregon on the attack. Elliott higher straight away. Higher, errant pass. Tried to find Drew Reinke at X. Into the soccer goal. Backed up instead. Midwest certainly leading possession here in the second quarter, if not the entire first half. But Oregon more clinical with its finishing to hold on to the current one-goal lead. Spencer Stegbauer with the blue sleeve, blue accent on far side with his all-gray uniform. Steele Crispin behind on the right alley. Dumps to Ryan Lynn. Now a reset up top. Ian Spakowski. Stegbauer. Working it around to Lynn. Lynn, straight overhead shot, went bottom right corner. Petula there again. Shada Lynn dumps it back to X. The threat still dangerous. Parker Atula making some big saves to keep Team Oregon in the lead, and he gets another one. Stegbauer tried. Atula said no. I don't know if Parker Atula leans for Oregon or Oregon State in his home ground, but he's like a beaver building a dam in front of that cage. Nothing getting through. Roughly 80 seconds for Oregon to extend its lead or Midwest to equalize before we head to a halftime break. Pass behind. Midwest defense physical. Ryan Lee putting on the effort, as is Carson Kaborik. Callaway Connolly, the goalie, ends up with the ball as Midwest wants to find the net. Parker Atula has made it rather difficult for them. Now Peter O'Leary going to take his try, and tough angle, couldn't find it. Scoreboard shows 20 seconds. Wraparound effort missed wide. Final seconds ticking away. Can Midwest get one more opportunity off? Wild pass in front, not corralled. And that is how the first half ends. Oregon 3, Midwest 2, an up and back battle defined by some precise shooting and some bigger saves. We've got the second half action coming your way in just a minute or two. So don't go anywhere, or if you do, come right back. Back for the third quarter. Oregon leads Midwest 3-2 in the championship game for the 2026s here at the Open Lacrosse Invitational in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Story of the first half, precise shooting, not too many shots actually taken for Oregon, but when they were, they found the net, and a couple of big saves from the netminder Parker Hatula. And on the Midwest side, more possession than their counterparts in white, but tough to find any good shooting angles or lanes. So Midwest in those gray uniforms, working right to left. And Project Midwest, the 1 seed in the 2026 division, after a 10-3 win over the Valley Toppers and a 4-2 win over Seattle Stars yesterday. And then a semifinal victory again over the Seattle Stars, this time 8-4 earlier today. Oregon bringing it down the other end of the field. And Oregon, the 2 seed for this age group. Took down a different Project Midwest team, Project Midwest Gold, 5-3, as well as beating VLC 9-6 in their 2 matchups a day ago. And then a 5-2 win over the Advanced NDP 26 team earlier this day in the semifinals as the underhand shot goes high. So these 2 teams both 3-0. Top 2 in the age group, but only one will emerge in another 17 minutes and change. Oregon opportunity. Snared. Like Caleb Jabas, the new goalie for Midwest. And he makes a key first save, and on the other end, Midwest ties it up. Spencer Stegbauer and Ryan Lee combining. It's Cole called back, as a matter of fact. I beg your pardon. It looks like too many men on the offensive side of the field. So it remains 3-2 Oregon, despite the impressive finish. It's not going to count. Rules are rules. And the referees making sure they are enforced. Big shout out to referees. They've been out here in the heat longer than we have, running back and forth for all of these games. Same referees for all of these games out in this heat. Big ups to them for their efforts in ensuring this is all possible. Wraparound effort. Close, no cigar. Jason Wilbur had the first opportunities. The loose ball is out to midfield. Some complaints from the fans behind us is charging in for Midwest. Fakes once, fakes twice, gets by the goalie. That one's going to count. Ryan Lynn, now we've got our equalizer. Midwest, one taken off the board a few minutes ago for too many men. Ryan Lynn stopping, he needs a breather after that effort. It is hot out here, folks. Real feel in the triple digits. Take another look. Faking left, going right. Had a short argument from Atula saying, hey, Lynn was maybe in the crease in his space. Referee's not going to grant that argument. 3's all. It's been left, no room to shoot for Sawicki. Spakowski straight on. Guarded by Hoyt. Lynn scored the most recent goal. Trying to do it again. He's fighting through three behind the back. Blind shot. Valiant effort, but not quite close enough to the target for this top 10 level play. Creative, though. Full marks for that. Oregon can't keep the ball. Midwest defense jumping as the loose ball still fought for. That's Cohen Blair, number 15, who ends up with it. And now space to operate for Sawicki. Right in front, and the finish. Sawicki the dime, Lipinski the goal, and Project Midwest takes the 4-3 lead. You can see some of these players breathing heavy when they get a chance to stop. But Midwest, it was worth the effort. Taking a first lead of the game. Midwest make it take it. Subs coming on and off. And a little wait as we see these teams prepare for their next play. Midwest working it around the world. Ends with Stegbauer. Right-handed shot and a goal. Lipinski on the money. Third unanswered of the quarter of the third quarter. Excuse me. Third unanswered goal of the third quarter for Midwest, and it's a 5-3 lead. Heck, if you even want to include the goal that Midwest scored that didn't count, you could say it's 4 goals. Whatever your personal tally is, that team in gray is dominating this third frame of action. 60 seconds before we head to a break. Oregon, taking a hit on the helmet, clear as day, and the flag flies, delayed penalty. That ricochet was loud of stick on helmet. Ball on the ground, still loose. Some extra pushing and shoving. Oregon ends up with it. Keep the penalty delayed as the shot goes wide. Now they will activate it. Sawyer Punzel in the referee's crossfire. Final seconds of the quarter tick down, and seems we have a timeout. 10 minutes to go in the 2026 age groups championship game. Under 10 minutes now. Trying to get the clock going on the far side of the field. Now we do. Project Midwest leads Team Oregon 5-3 after Midwest went 3-0 in the third quarter. And perhaps the fourth quarter will belong to Oregon as they open the scoring at just seconds in. That's Drew Renke opening the second half account for the Pacific Northwesterners. One more time, Renke found space. Vantage point. He was close to the goal, and he was open, so he scored. How's that for your description? Five, 4, now the score. Oregon gets it right back, trying to make it 5-5. Decent effort from Chase Caudle, but not close enough. Oregon still with a save in off the pipe. Caleb Jabas standing in the way. Midwest coordinating the defense as Oregon keeps possession of the ball. This was a 3-2 Oregon game at the half, but a 3-0 third quarter for Midwest put the team in gray in the lead. Now Oregon going right to left in their white uniforms. Trying to get one more by Caleb Jabas and equalize with 7 and change to go. Looking for a lane at the left alley and finding a double instead is Davis Dole. Wild pass back towards the midfield line. Saved, kept in, fighting through to keep the ball for Oregon. Now here's Griffin Parker. Around Betts. Makes the sidewinder, now puts one on over the bar. Two-man game. Looked good, didn't end in a tally. But Oregon still has the ball and still another chance. Working inside, right in front of the pass. So whistle blows and a little too far into the crease, Midwest ball. Physical ride from Dolp, evading it. Midwest gets around. And now the team with a 1-goal lead, a chance to letting some subs get in. And Mike's gonna chill enough to flip the ball to Lipinski. Midwest content to play patient here. Wait for a great opportunity instead of risking a loss of possession on a good one. Lipinski faked the pass, and now it gives it for real. Spakowski working straight on, left-handed shot and goal. Ian Spakowski, the midfielder, doubles the lead. I said that Oregon goalie Parker Atula was building a dam in the first half. Well, the river's running through now as Midwest opens it up, bringing the power of the Mississippi up through Oregon. Midwest, make it take it now. 2-goal lead, 4 minutes to play. Errant pass brought down by Gucheski. Gucheski with a running start. Down the left alley, sidewinder off the pipe. Ryan Lynn had the hustle play to keep possession for Midwest. Goes down right in front as the whistle blows. And a timeout was called. Midwest leads 6-4 in this championship game. 4-1 to Midwest in the second half. They've dominated possession all game, but it was some huge efforts from the Oregon goalie Parker Hatula to keep them off the board for most of the first half. The second half, a different story. The clock shows 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the scoreboard here at the Liberty Sports Park. .3:15 to go with Midwest leading. Teams huddling up. Midwest had possession. I believe it was them who called timeout. Discuss strategy, get a little bit of water in, and get everything right. Some players still talking as we head back onto the field. This is the last game of the day still going here at Liberty Sports Park. Everyone else is either headed out of the heat looking for some respite, or they've headed home. And Midwest and Oregon may soon follow. Slightly open net and finish for Midwest. 7-4 the lead for the team in gray. As Mike McManaman extends the advantage. One more time. He went down and so wait, net's right open? Sure, why not? Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll take a goal if you insist. So kind. 7-4 now the tally in Oregon. It's going to need some offense and need it fast. That's not going to help. More make it take it from Midwest. It's the face-off winner. Now circling the cage, find some help. That was Malik Andrews. The Fogo keeping Midwest in control of the ball and this game. 2 minutes to play. Got a whistle blow and a turnover. That's what Oregon needed. Just a chance with the ball. So we approach 90 seconds to go. Had to wait for the whistle even with the running clock. Charging up now is Aiden Najera. The pipe. Decent effort, not good enough to get Oregon within 2. Dolp again. Finds the cut pass. Brilliant look from Dolp, but the shot not close enough and smothered by Jabas. Under a minute to go in Midwest. Might just look to run this out. Space to do so for Peter O'Leary. He's going to try a shot anyway and missed high and wide. Close enough was Steele Chrisman to keep Midwest with the ball as the clock keeps winding down. Turnover though, Oregon, can they make anything happen? A wild pass across is loose, run out, and the seconds keep ticking away. This one all but done and dusted for these final seconds. Going to do it. A dominant second half showing leads Project Midwest to the 2026 championship here at the Open. 7 for the final. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your day.